Back, guys. Today we are doing another Hunger Games simulator. Wait, I'm trying to fix everything. I'm not ready. We are doing another Hunger Games simulator, but not Pass Hotel. This time, Spongebob. So in District 1 we have Spongebob and Patrick Star. District 2 we got Mr. Krabs and Plankton. District 3 Mrs. Puff and Sandy. District 4 Squidward and Gary. District 5 Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. District 6 Larry the Lobster and Karen. District 7 Pearl and Squidina Star. District 8 Bunny Star and Cecil Star. District 9 Grandpat Star and Man Ray. District 10 Doodlebob and King Neptune. District 11, Squilliam Fancy Son and the Flying Dutchman. District 12, Bubble Buddy and the Dirty Bubble. Let's proceed. As the tributes stand on their podium, the horn sounds. Grandpat Star runs away from the cornucopia. Pearl runs away from the cornucopia. Dirty Bubble grabs a backpack, not realizing that it's empty. Spongebob runs away from the cornucopia. Man Ray strangles King Neptune with a rope. Now, who would actually win in the fight? Probably King Neptune. But if he doesn't have his trident, then Man Ray would obviously win. And that's probably what happened. He probably didn't have his trident. Mr. Crab runs away from the cornucopia. Cecil Star runs away from the cornucopia. Patrick Star snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Squidina Star finds a backpack full of camping equipment. You know, I think that she won't win because she's not ruthless enough, but she will get close because she is smart enough. You need to be ruthless and you need to be smart to survive this. Barnacle Boy finds a backpack full of camping equipment. See, he'll probably need Mermaid Man's help, and Mermaid Man's little... I don't think I'm going to get that up. Sandy runs away from the cornucopia. Squidward runs away from the cornucopia. Mermaid Man runs away from the cornucopia because he's not even helping Barnacle Boy. He runs. Larry the Lobster snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Bubble Buddy runs away from the cornucopia. Plankton grabs a sword. Now, how big is the sword? Is it a toothpick? No, it can't even be a toothpick. What is it? Like, do we know this guy can't handle a sword? Like, SpongeBob is, like, in reality probably this tall. So Plankton's gotta be, like... that tall, and the sword's pretty big. Flying Dutchman runs away from the cornucopia. Doodlebob finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Okay. I mean, he's dealt with sharp things. In the picture, it shows he's got a pencil. Bunny Star runs away from the cornucopia. Gary runs away with a lighter and some rope. Where did he put it? In his shell? Karen attacks Squilliam Fancy Son, but Mrs. Puff protects him, killing Karen! Damn. Now Plankton doesn't have... Yeah, I can understand the sword if Karen was still alive, but Karen's dead. Maybe Karen carried the sword, Plankton got him somewhere safe, and then went back to grab something, but Squilliam was grabbing it, so she attacked Squilliam, but Mrs. Puff said, "Oh, nah!" and jumped in front of Squilliam and killed Karen. Damn. It's now day 1. Pearl tends the Barnacle Boy's rooms. At least he has someone now. Pearl would actually like to do that. Pearl's too nice. She's not ruthless. She's not smart. Same with Barnacle Boy. They're perfect for each other. But they won't be able to survive this long. See, Karen, just like Serena, smart, but not ruthless enough. And Karen's dead. Forget the other person that died. Oh, King Neptune. He was ruthless enough. Definitely ruthless enough, but he didn't have a trident. Squirrelium Fancy Hunger receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Okay. Squidina Star receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Smart girl will use the food not only to eat, but to her advantage. Patrick Star questions his sanity. He probably doesn't even know what his sanity is. Dirty Bubble begs for Mrs. Puff to kill him. She refuses, keeping Dirty Bubble alive. He probably just doesn't want to die by being, like, very harmed by someone. Like, yeah, but, so he's just asking for someone to kill him. It's like, he doesn't want to commit suicide, but he wants to die. Plankton, Bubble Buddy, and Squidward hunt for the tributes. Now, this pack, no. Squidward would not trust either of these two, Bubble Buddy and Plankton, which is weird why he wouldn't trust Bubble Buddy, but it's obvious why. And I don't know why he's doing. Probably just because he wants to live. SpongeBob chases the Flying Dutchman. I can see this the other way around. Or maybe he's chasing him, like, chasing, and the Flying Dutchman is playing along to trick him. Mr. Krabs practices archery. Gary explores the arena. Cecil Star searches for firewood. Bunny Star over here, Grandpa Star, and Sandy took in the distance. Doodle Bob goes hunting. Actually, he got a bow, some arrows, a quiver. He could go hunting. Larry tends to Mermaid wins, and someone stupid enough seemed to see, like, Larry's not smart enough to win. He's ruthless enough to win. Mermaid Man is neither. I mean, he's a little ruthless, but I wouldn't count that ruthless. Man Ray sees smoking rise in the distance, but decides not to investigate. He is ruthless enough and smart enough, so I think Man Ray would actually be one to, like, you know, survive. Two cannon shots can be heard in the distance. King Neptune, District 10, and Karen, District 6. It is now night 1. Bubble Buddy tries to treat his infection. I wonder what he got, because he's a bubble. Maybe Dirty Bubble, like, did something to him. I was going to say Plankton. Plankton tries to sing himself to sleep. Sandy receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. See, Sandy's smart enough, ruthless, but not ruthless enough, like Man Ray. Barnacle Boy and Cecil Star tell stories about themselves to each other. So, I don't think anyone in the Star family is smart enough except for Squidina, and no one is ruthless. So I could definitely see Cecil talking to another, like, not ruthless, not smart character. Flying Dutchman questions his sanity. Hey, but the Flying Dutchman is, like, he's not that smart, but he's very, very ruthless. Like, probably one of the most ruthless characters in all of SpongeBob. But he's not as smart as the others, so he probably won't win. Patrick Star tends to Grandpa Star's rooms. So this is something that I can believe. Because Patrick Star is the grandson of Grandpa Star. Mrs. Puff, Gary, and Bunny Star start fighting, but Gary runs away as Mrs. Puff kills Bunny Star! Nah! Mrs. Puff is out! She wants to be the last lady! She killed Karen, and now she's killing Squidina! Nah. And she also tried to kill Gary! But Gary tried to run away. Dang! First member of the Star family going down. Squidward, Squilliam, Fancy Sun, and Pearl discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Pearl is stupid and not smart, so she'd do anything. Squilliam is a bit smart and not ruthless. Squidward, I'd say, a little ruthless, at least more smart than Squilliam. Larry attempts to start a fire, but unsuccessful. Dirty Bubble dies from hunger. SpongeBob and Mermaid Man talk about the tribute still alive. Another thing, SpongeBob is not that smart. You'll be like, but SpongeBob, he's the main character. He does all this stuff. No, he's not smart. That's why he loves Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. He's like SpongeBob is canonically like 20 years old and still likes Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Mr. Crab bleeds out due to untreated injuries. That probably would happen. He'd probably be more focused on winning the game and winning all the money that he just dies due to not treating injuries. Doodlebob goes to sleep. Squidina throws a knife in the Man Ray chest. That is... Oh my god. I just said Man Ray would win because he is ruthless and smart. And I said at the beginning that Squidina is probably the smartest character in here, but she's not ruthless enough. And she just killed, like, one of the ruthless characters in this match. Not the ruthless, because Flying Dutchman's still alive. This is now day 2. Pearl practices archery. Squidward explores the arena. Barnacle Boy discovers a river. Cecil Star tends to Sandy's ruins. Cecil would, like, tend to people. Like, I feel like the smartest characters in this game, Squidina number 1, Man Ray number 2, and Sandy number 3. So I think her knowing it's Patrick's dad, she'll help him out. I mean, her knowing it's Patrick's dad, she can trust him, is what I meant to say. Mrs. Pup collects fruit from a tree. Doodlebob begs for Squirrel and fancies something to kill him. He refuses, keeping Doodlebob alive. Doodlebob probably just went, and Squirrel was like, are you trying to make me kill you? No, I won't, because I'm so nice. Flying Dutchman tries to sleep through the entire day. Squidina Stars sprains her ankle while running away from Mermaid Man. She's smart enough to know that Mermaid Man doesn't pose a threat, right? Plankton tries to sleep through the entire day. SpongeBob begs for Grandpa Pet to kill him. He refuses, keeping SpongeBob alive. Grandpa Star probably knows that SpongeBob is his grandson's friend, so he wouldn't do it just so his grandson wouldn't hate him. Bubble Buddy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Are they trying to kill him? Larry Lobster thinks about home. Gary stabs Patrick Star in the back with a trident. Man, I was just talking about his grandfather won't let his best friend. His grandfather won't let his grandson's best friend die, only for his grandson to die by his best friend's pet. It's kind of crazy. Gary is a bit smart, I would say. Smarter than Patrick. Right? But 5 cannon chests can be heard in the distance. Bunny Star, District 8. Dirty Bubble, District 2. Dirty Bubble, District 12. Mr. Krabs, District 2. Man Ray, District 9. And Patrick Star, District 1. Night 2. Cecil Star tries to treat his infection. What is it with everyone in their infections? Mr. Crab died from one. Bubble Buddy had one, and now Cecil Star has one. Bubble Buddy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. I don't think he can hold it. He'll make a bubble one. Larry Lobster, Doodlebob, and Plankton cheerfully sing songs together. I could see Larry singing a song and Plankton just joining in. Doodlebob was probably just there. Grandpa Pet destroys Pearl's supplies while she's asleep. He probably would do, like, a move like that just to be very mean and, like, very rude. Tweeting and Flying Dutchman talked about Squeezel still alive. Let me say that again, I messed up. Squidina Star and the Flying Dutchman talked about the tribute still alive. Now Squidina is the smartest and the Flying Dutchman is the ruthless. So them working together actually makes sense. Squidina probably talked him into it. Sandy thinks about warning. Gary dies from an infection. Of course. Squidward climbs a tree to rest. Mrs. Puff and SpongeBob talk about the tribute still alive. Now this is already a friendship, so we know that they'd work together. Squilliam Fancy Son questions his sanity. Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man hold hands. Finally, they get to breathe. Proceed. It is now day 3. Plankton begs for Doodlebob to kill him. He refuses, keeping Plankton alive. Is anyone gonna, is anyone not going to, is anyone be like, oh, sure, I'll kill you? Mrs. Puff scares SpongeBob off. Weren't they just talking earlier? Larry Lobster receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Squidward discovers a cave. Cecil Star defeats Sandy in a fight but spares her life. That is very unrealistic. Flying Dutchman collects fruit from a tree. Squilliam Fancy Son receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Bubble Buddy questions his sanity. Barnacle Boy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. He's too stupid to use it. Mermaid Man begs for Grandpa Pet to kill him. He refuses, keeping Mermaid Man alive. Probably just because his grandson likes it. I feel like Grandpa Star actually just likes his grandson more than anyone else because his grandson's the first to move out of the house. And he knows that his grandson loves, Barnacle Boy, Mermaid Man, SpongeBob. So he'll keep Mermaid Man alive. Pearl tries to sleep through the entire day. Squidina Star receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Scary. District 4. At least SpongeBob's not dead yet, I think. Squilliam Fancy Son receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Flying Dutchman receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Squidina sees a fire but stays hidden. Cecil and Larry hold hands. Grandpa Star, Doodlebob, and Sandy sleep in shifts. Bubble Buddy tries to treat his infection. Squidward, SpongeBob, and Mrs. Puff successfully ambush and kill Pearl, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy. Plankton tries to treat his infection. It is now day 4. Doodlebob chases Flying Dutchman. Larry Lobster begs for Squidward to kill him. She refuses, keeping Larry the Lobster alive. Sandy, Squidward, Plankton, and Bubble Buddy hunt for other tributes. Grandpa Star tends to Squilliam Fancy Son's wounds. He'd probably mistake them for Squidward. Mrs. Puff searches for a water source. Cecil Star silently snaps SpongeBob's neck. Damn. Patrick's dead now, so really, who's gonna care? And his pet's dead, who's gonna care? Even his fucking, boss is dead. So who's gonna care that he's dead? 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Pearl, District 7. Mermaid Man, District 5. Barnacle Boy, District 5. And SpongeBob, District 1. As we said in the beginning, SpongeBob will not win just because he's the main character. Squidward Star receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Doodlebob bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Didn't it say he had injuries? Well, if he did, he probably couldn't even treat them. It's a piece of paper. Squilliam Fancy Son is awoken by nightmares. Larry and Grandpa run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Cecil Star is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Mrs. Puff screams for help. Plankton strangles Bubble Buddy with a rope. I'll be right back. Dad, take the chair. Alright, we are back. Squidward goes to sleep. Flying Dutchman begs for Sandy to kill him. She refuses, keeping the Flying Dutchman alive. Yeah? Okay, time to check your closet.
Mike, open the door, buddy. Can you call Mommy? Ask her when she's getting home. I gotta go fucking work.
What? You found this charger? When are you coming home? Because Dad has to go to work. Yes.
I tried that at work tonight. Is Justin there?
Dad,
Yeah.
is Justin here?
Yeah, but he's probably sleeping. I'll go down there and check. Yeah. I'll go check right now. Alright. My dad was sleeping. Was he sleeping and just went,
No, I woke him up. I saw his eyes open and I saw him talk.
What did you say to him?
I said, my dad wants you upstairs. Larry the Lobster injures himself. Squirrel Stars attacks Grandpa Star. When he manages to escape, Sandy questions it. Sandy questions Sandy. Flying Dutchman constructs a shack. Mrs. Puppet attacks Flynton, but he manages to escape. Yeah?
Is Justin awake, buddy?
He was awake when he said no.
What do you mean he said no? You're not on the phone.
Yeah. No. Asher went down there and he was sleeping. He woke him up. They said, my dad wants you on the chair. And he said, Justin went through.
No, I said he went.
What?
That he was. He was. No.
Alright, whatever. He was still sleeping and didn't want to get up, so your mom shouldn't have went shopping right there.
Okay.
Go to sleep. He's been working all fucking day.
Squilliam Fancy's son begged Squidward to kill him. He refused, keeping Squilliam Fancy's son alive. Cecil Star practices archery. 2 cannon shots can be heard from the distance. Doodle Bob, District 10. Bubble Buddy, District 12. Cecil Star, Mrs. Puff, Grandpa Star, Squilliam Fancy Son, and Plankton sleep in shifts. Sandy, Squidina Star, Larry Lobster, Flying Dutchman, and Squidward sleep in shifts. Plankton runs away from Flying Dutchman. Larry Lobster shoots an arrow at Sandy but misses and kills Grandpa Star instead. No. The Star family's dying. They first took Bunny? Yeah. And then did they take anyone else? Cecil's still alive? I think Cecil's still alive. Then they took Grandpa. Now there's only... Oh wait, no, then they took Patrick, then they took Grandpa. So there's only 2 members of the Star family. Cecil Star and Squidina Star. Mrs. Puff receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Squidward travels to higher ground. Squidina makes a wooden spear. Cecil dies from hypothermia. Actually, we got 1 Star family. Squilliam Fancy Son dies of dysentery. 3 cannon shots can be heard from the distance. Grandpa Star, District 9. Cecil Star, District 8. Squilliam Fancy Son, District 11. Squidward, Plankton, Mrs. Puff, and Sandy sleep in shifts. Squidina Star defeats Larry Lobster in a fight, but spares his life. Flying Dutchman looks at the night sky. I like how the smartest and the most ruthless are still here. Oh, we have our first event. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute families. Larry the Lobster decides not to go to the feast. Squidina Star, Mrs. Puff, Sandy, and the Flying Dutchman team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Plankton kills Squidward with a hatchet. Day 7. Plankton bashes Larry Lobster's head in with a noose. I might be wrong. Plankton might be the most ruthless. Squidina Star searches for a water source. Sandy and Mrs. Puff split up and search for resources. Flying Dutchman receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. 2 cannon shots can be heard from distance. Both killed by Plankton. Squidward, District 4, and Larry the Lobster, District 6. Night 7. Plankton tries to treat his infection. Mrs. Puff convinces Sandy to snuggle with her. Squidina Star tends to Flying Dutchman. Again, they're like teaming up. The smartest and the most ruthless. No, don't go to pictures. Don't go to pictures. Don't go to pictures. Don't go to pictures. Nope. No. Mrs. Puff receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Plankton searches for firewood. Flying Dutchman cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. The most ruthless is finally dead. Sandy makes a slingshot. Squidina Star searches for firewood. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. The Flying Dutchman, District 11. Mrs. Puff is awoken. I think the most ruthless character now is gonna be Plankton. Then wait, who else is here? Then Sandy. Then I want to say Squidina. Then Mrs. Puff. No, then Mrs. Puff. Then Squidina. Squidina is the least ruthless, but the most smartest. Most smartest, Squidina. Then Plankton. Lance actually, yeah, no, Plankton's definitely smart. Plankton, then Sandy, then Mrs. Puff. Alright, Mrs. Puff is awoken by nightmares. Sandy thinks about winning. Squidina Star tracks down and kills Plankton, so that means the most ruthless now is Sandy. Mrs. Puff and Squidina Star split up to search for resources. Sandy falls into a pit and dies. Two cannons rescue her from distance. Plankton, District 2. Sandy, District 3. Strongest is Mrs. Puff. Squidina Star dies of dysentery. The winner is Mrs. Puff from District 3. Now, at the beginning, I said that Squidina won't win because she's not as ruthless, but she's super smart. So I said she'll get super close to winning. And Mrs. Puff wins. I thought like someone actually like the Flying Dutchman, Man Ray. I really thought Man Ray was gonna win, and then Squidina killed it. Yeah, but here's our places. This is top 10. Mrs. Puff, Squidina, Sandy, Plankton, Flying Dutchman, Larry Lobster, Squidward, Squilliam, Cecil, Grandpat. That was our top 10 people. Just for you guys to know, Team Neptune, who probably would have won, was the first person to die. Just to make you guys even mad. And it was by Man Ray. Guys, I think that's another reason I thought he was gonna win. But that's all today. See you guys next time. Where's the button at? Peace out.